and welcome to the Entertainment Science Fiction Programming Network, your entertainment sci-fi programming network. And we say Zao An, Zao Shanghao, Ohayo gozaimasu, Buenos dias, Bonjour, and welcome. A superhero's brain can never rest. The reality is that no human brain can never rest. Lots of times people are saying, I'm tired, I've got to rest my brain. No, you don't. And you don't want that to happen, because the minute that you rest your brain, then it's the minute that you will always keep resting, as in forever. So the brain functions even when we are sleeping. It doesn't function at a high level when we are sleeping. It functions at a normal level. The suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is formed by about 20,000 neurons or nerve cells, coordinates all the biological clocks. So the synapses, or microscopic connections between neurons that, along with brain chemicals or neurotransmitters, facilitates the passing of electrical impulses from one neuron to another neuron. So during the day, the synapses are firing, responding to the stimuli the brain receives from the environment. So when you're a superhero, you have so much stimuli going on that you need that brain to maintain that super ability, always firing. But while we sleep, the synapses are back to normal. When the synapses are not hyper too long, or at a time of sleep, that enables the brain to rewrite itself, or what's called neuroplasticity. So this neuroplasticity creates connections between neurons. The neuroplasticity is what allows the brain to learn new skills, allows the brain to adapt, to change with the environment. So as a superhero, you want your brain to heal itself, to rewrite itself, to create new connections, because we want to learn new things. So then every day, everybody, because when your brain is at rest, may not be the nighttime. For some of us who are workers at night, hospitals, other places, maybe the daytime you're sleeping. So that brain is rewriting itself. Every day we can learn new skills. Every day we can learn new things. We can teach an old dog new things, no matter how old you are. Every day this neuroplasticity is taking place. So because of all the things a superhero sees, you don't want to fall into depression, anxiety, PTSD. And we talked about that on one of the last podcasts. If you missed that podcast, go back into the Aquify podcast episodes and look at the last podcast. We talked about PTSD, anxiety, how to avoid falling into that. But what do you need to take to keep your brain healthy, to keep your brain firing for 100 years? Because the brain can operate normally for 100 years. That's what research has shown. The brain can operate normally for 100 years. Then why Alzheimer's disease before 100 years old? A wife started putting coconut oil in her husband's salad. in other foods that he ate. He had Alzheimer's. In a couple of months, because she put coconut oil in his salad, in his other foods, in a couple of months, he started playing the piano. He started doing crossword puzzles. He started holding normal conversations, showing no signs of Alzheimer's disease. Coconut oil. Coconut oil stimulates brain activity. What kind of food do we need to eat to stimulate brain activity? Coconut oil. So we're just talking about things that keeps your brain sharp, keeps your brain focused, working well, so you can keep being a superhero. Let's talk about DHA. Why? Because 80% of the human brain is built from, runs on, is constructed by essential fats and oils. 80% of the human brain, essential fats and oils. DHA is a vital nutrient with these oils to keep your brain firing, not misfiring. Keep those synapses firing. DHA for healthy brain function, along with omega-3 fatty acids. Why omega-3 fatty acids? Because our brain, as just talked about, is composed of fats. So our brains depends on a healthy supply of dietary fat or essential fatty acids, such as omega-3. And we're talking about healthy fats. We're not talking about high glucose corn syrup. That's not the type of fat that we're talking about. We're talking about omega-3 essential fats. The brain needs to heal itself. The brain needs to fight against ADHD, fight against PTSD, fight against depression. DHA, coconut oil, omega-3 fatty acids keep the brain healthy functioning. Now, in the Aquify, go to TheAquaPhi.com, and in the Aquify, most important, you will read about exercise, healthy functioning, why it's so important to members, to the crew, to your characters in the Aquify. These things are so important to them because what they have is their brain activity. Their brain never shuts down. That's what gets them out of all these. You're going to read about things they get into underwater, and even when they come to our time, giving it away. But anyway, get your novel and how they use their brain functioning to get out of it. It's a beautiful novel, nice artwork, front and back, large page, so it means the letters are large. You can read it. Right? And so while you're in the aquify.com, buy the book, comes from Amazon Kindle, and then get merchandise, get gear that goes along with it. So this that you like here, this cover, is a poster. You can purchase the poster. You can have it up on your wall or the wall where you were going to do your reading. And there are other posters that go along with activities that take place. So while you're reading the book, you'll see things that take place in the book. And go back to theaquify.com and look at the posters that go along with those activities that you find in the Aquify. And when you're on YouTube and you're watching on YouTube the Aquify podcast episodes, first subscribe, and then you'll see it's more like, hit it, that means you like. Go lower and make comments. There are other things that we're maybe not going to mention. Of course, we're not going to mention everything that helps brain functioning, but you can put that in your comment. Also, remember, this also helps brain functioning. It will help superhero brains. Make comments, comments, comments. So thousands of people watching, like, no comments. Make your comments, 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 comments. Make sure to subscribe and make sure you make your comments. Now share, because you could be the science fiction geek that likes science fiction as we do, but share this with people who are not science fiction, because brain functioning and how to keep your brain from going into depression is something that everybody needs to know, right? How your brain keeps rewriting itself every day, and you can be made new every day. Learn new things every day, like wingsuiting and how to fly at 250 miles per hour. These things you can learn every day. All the podcasts that we talked about, superpowers and electricity and fire, we can learn how to do that. And if you don't want to learn how to do that, you do need to learn that your brain is rewriting itself every day, neuroplasticity. You can be made new every day, overcome old things, leave them behind, made new. Everybody wants to learn this, right? So you may look at this as, oh, this is a great bootleg video, I like it. But share it with your mainstream people and let it become mainstream, because everybody needs to know these things, right? So subscribe, like, go below like, make your comments, and share with everybody. We're also on Facebook, so follow us there on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Make sure to follow us there on TikTok. Share with everybody. Go into Anchor, and in Anchor, there's all these other podcasts. Maybe you're not following this podcast only on YouTube, but go to Anchor, and there's all these other podcasts that you can follow. Make sure to subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Everywhere you're listening to us, following, subscribe, comment. Very important. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this herb. And yes, it's used for like 100 things, and everything it's used for is all true and it's all good. And we're going to talk about, yeah, you guessed it, ginger. One of the key reasons people get Alzheimer's, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, is oxidative stress and chronic inflammation. It's one of the key reasons. Ginger has antioxidants that prevent inflammation in the brain. Ginger comes from rhizome, which is a root native to China, but it will grow anywhere the weather is warm. Anywhere there's a warm weather, it'll grow, but it's native to China. So it likes a warm and humid climate, it'll grow. So here's why ginger works so well on so many things. So far, research has found over 400 bioactive compounds in ginger. 50 of those 400 bioactive compounds found in ginger are antioxidants. Since the brain is susceptible to oxidative damage, antioxidants are extremely important for the brain to function well. So all of these brain disorders, we're talking about anxiety, Alzheimer's, dementia, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, schizophrenia, suicidality. You know what they are. They're linked to chronic inflammation of the brain. Ginger contains the compound curcumin. And curcumin is naturally anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal for the brain focus, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant ginger. Important. DHA, omega-3 fatty oils, essential. Go back and look at our past podcasts on how to become a superhero, and take note how to keep your brain function up along with your body, and you'll be a superhero for 100 years. The brain functions normally, and your brain will function normally also, following this advice, watching our podcast. That's why you got to give it a like and make some comments. Your brain will function normally for 100 years. So for 100 years of being a superhero, maintain that brain function, the brain booster, foods, herbs, minerals, vitamins, many other vitamins, minerals, foods, and herbs that we're not going to mention here. So you know what they are. Go in the comments and make those comments, and let's share our comments. You'll get answers back to the comments that you make. We talk about the Aqua Phi and TheAquaPhi.com, the book. So next few podcasts, we're going to hear some readings from the Aqua Phi, accompanied by your nice soothing music. So we'll see you on the next podcast.